Magandang buhay mga bata! Tara, samahan ninyo akong matuto kasama si
Teacher Aika, your online teacher. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and hit the notification bell for more videos. Thank you! Matatag Curriculum, Math Grade 2, Quarter 1, Lesson 1, Day 1. Our topic for today is about geometry and measurement. This is Teacher Aika, your online teacher. Let's start! Learning competencies. The learners represent and describe circles, half circles, and quarter circles, and compose and decompose composite figures made up of squares, rectangles, triangles, circles, half circles, and quarter circles using cutouts and square grids. Learning objectives. At the end of the lesson, the learners are able to first, represent and describe a half circle and a quarter circle, and identify real-life objects that represent a half circle and a quarter circle. Shape hunt. Look around the classroom. Can you find things shaped like a rectangle, square, or triangle? Now, let's describe them together. Rectangle. A rectangle has 4 sides and 4 square corners. Look at the picture. Let's count. Sides 1, 2, 3, 4. Corners 1, 2, 3, 4. Square. A square has 4 sides of equal length and 4 square corners. Let's look at the picture and let's count. Sides 1, 2, 3, 4. Next, corners 1, 2, 3, 4. Triangle. A triangle has 3 sides and 3 corners. Look at the picture and let's count. Sides 1, 2, 3. Next, corners 1, 2, 3. What is a side? A side is a straight line on a shape. What is a corner? A corner is where 2 sides meet. Look at this clock. What shape is it? Correct. It's a circle. Yes, this clock is in the shape of a circle. Today, we will learn all about the circle. Please get a piece of paper and trace the shape of the clock on it. Let us answer the following questions. 1. What do you notice about the shape drawn on the board? Answer: it is round. 2. Does the shape have sides? Answer: no, it does not have sides. How do you know? Answer: it does not have a straight line as its boundary. 3. Does the shape have corners? Answer: no, it does not have corners. How do you know? Answer: clearly, since the shape has no sides, then it does not have a pointed part where two sides meet. We call a round shape with no sides and corners a circle. Let's play a quick game. Look around your room and find something shaped like a circle. Great! Now, show me the object you found. Here are some examples. Clock, globe, excellent sticker, circle board, and watercolor. Awesome, kids! Some of your circles are big and some are small. Imagine if we trace their outlines on the board like this. Look closely. What do you see? That's right. We see circles of different sizes. Can you tell me why each of these shapes is a circle? Yes, because each shape has no sides and no corners. It's perfectly round. To summarize the lesson, ask learners the following. What is a circle? A circle is a round shape with no sides and corners. Look at each object below. If the object has a circle shape, put a check. If it does not have a circle shape, put an X. Clock. Answer: check. Book. Answer: X. Pair of scissors. Answer: X. Pizza. Answer: check. Beach ball. Answer: check. Which of these shapes are circles? Put a check mark on the shape. Let us answer. A, O, M, and E.
Maraming salamat sa panonood. Huwag kalimutang i-like at mag-subscribe para sa higit pang educational content. I-click ang bell icon para ma-update ka sa ating mga bagong video. Salamat!
Magandang buhay mga bata! Tara, samahan ninyo akong matuto kasama si
Teacher Aika, your online teacher. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and hit the notification bell for more videos. Thank you! Matatag Curriculum, Math, Grade 2, Quarter 1, Lesson 1, Day 2. Our topic for today is about geometry and measurement. This is Teacher Aika, your online teacher. Simulan na natin. Learning competencies. The learners represent and describe circles, half circles and quarter circles, and compose and decompose composite figures made up of squares, rectangles, triangles, circles, half circles, and quarter circles, using cutouts and squared grids. Learning objectives. At the end of the lesson, the learners can first, compare circles and distinguish a circle from a rectangle, a square, and a triangle. Let's start with look at the shapes on the PowerPoint. Circles, rectangles, squares, and triangles. Group them in your mind or point to the same shapes. Let's name each group together. These are squares. These are triangles. Now, let's talk how are the shapes the same or different. Look at this picture. And they will be grouped based on their shapes. We have rectangle and circle. Next, triangle and square. Describe me. Describe each group of shapes by telling how many sides and corners they have. Rectangle, triangle, circle, and square. Let's have an activity. Look at each shape in the first column of the table. Next to it, write the name of the shape, the number of sides, and the number of corners. Use the words circle, square, rectangle, and triangle. First, shape, rectangle. Number of sides, 4. Number of corners, 4. Shape, square. Number of sides, 4. Number of corners, 4. Shape, triangle. Number of sides, 3. Number of corners, 3. Shape, circle. Number of sides, 0. Number of corners, 0. And here's the summary of the table. Rectangle, 4 sides, 4 corners. Square, 4 sides, 4 corners. Triangle, 3 sides, 3 corners. And circle, 0 sides, 0 corners. Let's answer the following questions. 1. How do you compare a rectangle and a square? Answer. Both a rectangle and a square have 4 sides and 4 square corners. All the sides of a square are of equal length, or the 2 pairs of opposite sides are of equal length. In a rectangle, the 2 pairs of opposite sides may have different length. 2. How do you compare a rectangle and a triangle? Answer. A rectangle has 4 sides and 4 square corners, while a triangle has 3 sides and 3 corners. 3. How do you compare a square and a triangle? Answer. A square has 4 sides and 4 square corners, while a triangle has 3 sides and 3 corners. 4. How do you compare a circle from a rectangle and a square? Answer. A circle has no sides and corners, while both a rectangle and a square have 4 sides and 4 square corners. 5. How do you compare a circle and a triangle? Answer. A circle has no sides and corners, while a triangle has 3 sides and 3 corners. A circle is a round shape that has no sides and no corners, while a rectangle, a square, and a triangle have sides and corners. Look at this picture. We said that each of these shapes is a circle. And what is a circle again, class? A circle is a shape that is round and with no sides and corners. Let's look at these circles with different sizes. What makes this circle different from the other 2 circles? Answer. It is the smallest among the 3 circles. Next, what makes this circle different from the other 2 circles? Answer. It is the biggest among the 3 circles. Can circles have different sizes? Answer. Yes, circles can have different sizes. To summarize the lesson, ask learners the following. What makes a circle different from a rectangle, a square, and a triangle? Answer. A circle is a round shape and has no sides and corners. A rectangle, a square, and a triangle are shapes with sides and corners. Can a circle be big or small? Answer. Yes. circles can have different sizes. Let's answer this one. Which shape is a circle? Encircle the letter of the correct answer. 1. The answer is letter A. Next, 2. The answer is letter C. Next, write T if the statement is true and F if the statement is false on the blank. 1. A circle has no corners. The answer is T. True. 2. A circle and a rectangle have corners. The answer is F. False. 3. A circle, a rectangle, a square, and a triangle have both corners and sides. Answer is F. False. 4. A circle is round. Answer is T. True. 5. A circle and a triangle have no sides. Answer is F. False.
Maraming salamat sa panonood. Huwag kalimutang i-like at mag-subscribe para sa higit pang educational content. I-click ang bell icon para ma-update ka sa ating mga bagong video. Salamat!
Magandang buhay mga bata! Tara, samahan ninyo akong matuto kasama si...
Teacher Aika, your online teacher. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and hit the notification bell for more videos. Thank you! Matatag Curriculum, Math, Grade 2, Quarter 1, Lesson 1, Day 3. Our topic for today is about geometry and measurement. This is Teacher Aika, your online teacher. Let's start! Learning competencies. The learners represent and describe circles, half circles and quarter circles, and compose and decompose composite figures made up of squares, rectangles, triangles, circles, half circles, and quarter circles, using cutouts and squared grids. Learning objectives. At the end of the lesson, the learners are able Here's the circular plate. Let's trace its round shape in the air with our finger and say, circle, circle. What shape is this? Answer, it is a circle. It is a circle. How do you know it is a circle? Answer, it is a circle because it is round and has no sides and corners. Look at these pictures. How many equal sections is the circle divided into? Answer, 2 equal parts. What shape do you get when you put the two half circles together? Answer is a circle. What do we call each part? Answer is, each part is called 1/2. Why do you say each part is 1/2? Answer, 1/2 is one part of a whole that has been divided into two equal parts. This 1/2 of the whole circle is called a half circle. Half circle. How do you describe a half circle? A half circle is 1/2 of a circle. Half circle is also called a semicircle. How many half circles are there in a circle? There are 2 half circles in a circle. Let's have an activity. Encircle the letter of the object that shows a half circle. Let's answer. That's A, C, and E. Again, it's A, C, and E. Let's take a look at another picture. Into how many equal parts were each half circle divided? Each half circle was divided into 2 equal parts. First, we have a whole circle. Then, we divided the circle into 2 equal parts. Each part is 1/2 of the whole circle. We called 1/2 of a circle as half circle. Next, we divided each half circle into 2 equal parts. The whole circle has been divided into 4 equal parts. If we divide a whole circle into 4 equal parts, what part of the whole circle is each part? Each equal part is 1/4 of the circle. This 1/4 of the whole circle is called a quarter circle. Quarter circle. How do you describe a quarter circle? A quarter circle is 1/4 of a circle. Is a quarter circle 1/2 of a semicircle? Yes, it is. Let's have another activity. Encircle the letter of the object that shows a quarter circle. Let's answer. B, D, and E. Again, it's B, D, and E. To summarize the lesson, ask learners the following. What is a half circle? A half circle is one half of a whole circle. What is another name for half circle? It is also called semicircle. What is a quarter circle? A quarter circle is 1/4 of a whole circle. It is also 1/2 of a half circle. Let's answer. Write H inside the shape if it is a half circle, and Q if it is a quarter circle. Let's answer.
Maraming salamat sa panonood. Huwag kalimutang i-like at mag-subscribe para sa higit pang educational content. I-click ang bell icon para ma-update ka sa ating mga bagong video. Salamat!
Magandang buhay mga bata! Tara, samahan ninyo akong matuto kasama si...
Teacher Aika, your online teacher. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and hit the notification bell for more videos. Thank you! Matatag Curriculum, Math, Grade 2, Quarter 1, Lesson 1, Day 4. Our topic for today is about geometry and measurement. This is Teacher Aika, your online teacher. Let's start! Learning competencies. The learners represent and describe circles, half circles and quarter circles, and compose and decompose composite figures made up of squares, rectangles, triangles, circles, half circles, and quarter circles, using cutouts and squared grids. Learning objectives. At the end of the lesson, the learners are able to decompose composite figures made up of two or more familiar shapes: square, rectangle, triangle, circle, half circle, and quarter circle. Here's a rectangle. Let's remember how we can break it into smaller shapes like squares or triangles. What does decomposing a shape mean? Decomposing a shape is breaking a shape into two or more parts. Let's imagine. Look at the rectangle on the screen. We'll decompose it into two smaller rectangles by drawing a line in the middle. And this is what it looks like. What I did was to decompose the rectangle into two smaller rectangles. So we have one rectangle, two rectangles. Let's have an activity. Give each pair of learners a rectangular cutout. Have them decompose it into two or more shapes. Examples: two triangles, a square, and two triangles. Call some learners who have different ways of decomposing the rectangle to show and explain their work. How will you decompose this figure into familiar shapes? Possible answers: one triangle, one square, and one triangle and two rectangles. Next, decompose the figure into two different ways by dividing it into familiar shapes. Some possible answers: next, decompose the figure into two different ways by dividing it into familiar shapes. Some possible answers: let's have a group activity. Decomposing shapes. Form groups. Work together with your teammates. Look at the figure I will give you. This figure is made up of several familiar shapes. Group activity: decomposing shapes. Identify the shapes that make up the figure. This could be triangles, squares, rectangles, circles, half circles, and quarter circles. First, decompose the figure in two different ways by dividing it into familiar shapes. Some possible answers: here's the figure on the grid. Make sure you have your own copy so you can work with your partner. Your task is to break the figure into two or more parts. Example: one quarter circle, one half circle, and one rectangle. Number 1. 1/4 circle, 1/2 circle, and 2 triangles. Number 2. 1/4 circle, 1/2 circle, and 2 rectangles. Number 3. 3/4 circles and 1 rectangle. Number 4. 3/4 circles and 2 squares. To summarize the lesson, ask learners the following. 1. How do we decompose a figure? We break the figure apart into 2 or more parts. Next, decompose the figure into more than 2 shapes. And here are possible answers. A half circle, a rectangle, and a triangle. Next, 2/4 circles, a rectangle, and a triangle. Next, 2/4 circles, 2 squares, and a triangle.
Maraming salamat sa panonood. Huwag kalimutang i-like at mag-subscribe para sa higit pang educational content. I-click ang bell icon para ma-update ka sa ating mga bagong video. Salamat!